The death of a parent is heartrending to a child. The Season Centre for Grieving Children is dedicated to their support before and after the death. The Season Centre in Barrie, Ontario is the only one of its kind in Canada.
The Centre's main mandate is to support children who have experienced a death in their family. The death could be it could happen any way. It could be a suicide or murder. It could be through accident or illness. And we have one program that predates the death, What About Me? So if someone in your family is faced with a life-threatening illness, then we have a separate program for that.
My name's Charlotte, and I'm here because my dad and my grandfather died of heart attacks.
Grieving Children at Season Centre invite my Tender Hearts and Mean Machines team to your business for a road show like no other. We are the new VR.
And welcome back to Daytime. I'm Tara Dawn.
I'm Chris Lesage. It's been interesting so far, to say the least.
It has. We've had a great show lined up for you today. We're starting off with the superstars. And Susan, to us, you are a superstar. You've been on the show so many times.
Yeah, that's right.
I think you want your own now.
That works for me.
I'm kind of fearing my job, to be honest. That's all right. That's a good thing.
Susan Laycock joining us from the Season Centre for Grieving Children, and Jason McCoy, spokesperson and country superstar, joining us in the studio. Thank you for joining us.
I think also a title is Doer of All Things. He does a lot of interesting things.
Well, I usually do interesting things when I get a call from Sue. Hey, I got a great idea for a fundraiser.
Shave your head.
Yeah, that leads to some interesting
What are you doing today?
Exactly.
Now, it's funny because Susan's been on the show a couple times before. Now she's starting to make demands. She's not happy that her chair isn't as comfortable as the couch. And oh my goodness.
And the limo. Where's the limo?
It's coming next season, I promise.
We'll get you people for next season, don't you
My
worry.
peeps.
Now, Jason, you've been put through quite a lot for the Season Centre for Grieving Children.
Yep.
Can you tell us about some of the things you've done so far? Because you've been on the show a few times to talk about it.
Yeah, and actually, last time we were here, we were talking about the last event we did, which was last October 11th, was it? Mm-hmm. And yeah, I shaved my head for the Season Centre. We raised some money. We ended up raising $33,000.
Great.
And so that's probably the most outrageous one I've done. And of course, we're always, thinking about doing different little things here and there. So this year we've got a whole new plan. We've got the plan to live in a cement truck for an entire week, from September 20th to the 27th.
In the cab or in the back?
In the cab.
Okay.
No, so I'm explaining this to my manager, and he says, "Well, is the back going to be spinning?" And I said, "I don't know." He said, "Well, won't you die?" I said, "No, I'm living in the front."
Yeah.
So,
But after he suggested it, I thought, well, maybe the back would be better.
Yeah, it's good for laundry, at least.
Yeah, exactly. You
That's
can
right.
practice in the
I'll be
dryer.
polished.
Craft
You know what I mean?
dinner.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
But it's going to be quite the thing. I actually got the idea from a friend of mine who's on radio out in Edmonton, and last summer when we had all the crisis with the farmers' crops out in Alberta, he lived in a John Deere tractor for I think it was 5 days. So we're going to go in two better, and he ended up doing really good and just raising awareness. And I thought that was a good way that we could raise awareness for the fact that we want to build a permanent home for the Season Centre. And of course, Sue won't say this, but I'd love to. Is that about a year and a half ago, the Season Centre looked like they were going to have to close their doors. They were just mired in debt and on the edge of bankruptcy. And Sue's, with the help of the team she's formed and so on, has turned the whole place around. Now we're actually able to realistically look at building or buying a house.
And Susan Laycock.
Great. So tell us about the event this weekend that George and Heather Seaman are going to be volunteering.
Well, we hope to see you there on the 20th. It's Saturday at the Kozlov Center. It's the Season Centre for Grieving Children. It's a fundraiser where there's going to be bowls to be able to be purchased with soups from different restaurants in the city. And once you purchase the soup, you get the bowl with it. And each bowl is different by Ken Leverock, and it's a real good cause. We hope to see everybody there.
All these nice ceramic bowls, hey?
Yeah.
And why is it important to support this event?
This is the first time we've ever offered summer camp for our kids this year, and the proceeds will help go towards supporting them.
And how much money do you need to raise?
There's no fee attached to kids attending the program, so we're hoping to raise about $3,000.
And what are some of these bowls? Can you tell us who made these and what are they going to represent?
Georgian College culinary students have prepared chicken noodle and cream of mushroom and tomato soup. Yum!
Oh, it is indeed yum, and a really good cause, because again, this is the only organization that exists in Canada, is right here in Simcoe County. Back to you guys in the news center.
Make my cream of mushroom, please.
Now, you had a recipe you wanted to make.
I'm going out. I'm going to help serve soup on Saturday. I wanted to make the soup. They'd have no part of that. I was going to make my famous corn chowder, but they wouldn't have any part of that.
Wow.
They've spoken to some of your dinner guests.
Maybe they heard.
Soup's on Saturday. Come join us. It's going to be fun.
Great idea.
Good afternoon, and thank you for attending our Greater Barrie Chamber of Commerce 8th Annual Christmas Parade. I'm Shamiar, and this here young lady with me is Sue Laycock at Season Center for Grieving Children.
Thank you for having me, Anne.
Absolutely, our pleasure. And we're just about to start the parade, which will be leaving the event center shortly. And we were just down there, Sue, weren't we?
We saw some great floats. It's going to be a wonderful day, and we're glad everybody's come out to enjoy it today.
Absolutely. Take it in.
Hi. I couldn't be here, but I wanted to say that I'm very happy to be on board as chairperson for the Season Center for Grieving Children. Now Sue and I would like to present our Spirit of the Child Award.
This year's volunteer has been with Season Center for several years. She completed her high school co-op placement, then continued on as a grief facilitator. As well, she has assisted with many fundraisers and facilitated additional groups when needed. She has given unconditional acceptance to our kids and is both respected and adored by both the children she works with and the peers she facilitates beside.
But here's the twist. Sue is describing not one, but two volunteers. The 2002 Spirit of the Child Award is bestowed to Miss Jen Berry and Miss Shannon Kentner. Congratulations on this well-deserved award.
Congratulations, girls.
Hi, I'm Jason McCoy for Season Center for Grieving Children. Here I met a child who was receiving much-needed support after her mother had died. This program is unique in Canada and provides an opportunity for children to grieve in a supportive and understanding environment. So please take time to volunteer, donate, or find out more about Season Center for Grieving Children.
Hey there, this is Power Trip. I am Alyssa Lansdale, and we are back with the follicularly challenged Jason McCoy.
No, shaved.
Shaved?
Yeah.
But you're a little bit shorter than you usually shave.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, and you did it for a couple of great causes, and let's talk about these two causes, which actually kind of work together in some
Yes, I do.
cases.
The Royal Victoria Hospital in Barrie Cancer Unit, they're raising their own funds to put in their own cancer care unit. And the Season Center for Grieving Children, they counsel children who've had a loss in their family of any loved one, by any means, through, an accidental death, through suicide, anything. And so they wanted to actually bring to forefront a house. They wanted to actually raise money so that they can have a permanent house for the children, and that's what this fundraiser was for.
How did you get involved with these charities? Because you must have so many people
that was a friend
approaching
of a friend,
Okay.
and I just realized that was such a great charity because children are everything, and to have counsel on something that emotional is very necessary. My wife lost her mother to cancer at a young age as well, and so that definitely prompted me.
Of course. Yeah. Good for you, and congratulations. How much did you raise once again?
$33,000, and thanks to Sue Laycock for doing such a great job. She's the director there, and she really hustles.
She did indeed.
We support children and their caregivers who have experienced the death of a loved one through illness, accident, suicide, or murder, and those living with a loved one who has a life-threatening illness. We are also called to provide support on site, such as Walkerton, during the water crisis. There is no cost to our families for the services we provide. We rely on volunteers, fundraisers, and support from our community to continue to offer programs to heal very tender hearts.